Hey, what's up, guys? Carell Prime here, back in Coors Field where it all started for me. I was a 2012 Rockies draft pick, so I'm gonna just do a little talking on the article I made that I put on Substack. The link is in the bio. Please go check it out to dive in really deep about it. This topic is a strong topic for me, and it was really something that inspired me throughout my career, or at least my latter half of the career, my playing career, and really helped me kind of achieve higher highs, that I was always aiming to achieve when I was in affiliated ball, and when I had dreams of, pursuing the major leagues. Back in 2018, just was recently released by the Rangers, and I go over to Texas with the Air Hogs, and I joined them in the American Association. And I had a guy on this team, Greg Golson. He was an awesome guy. He was a former first-round pick by the Phillies, and he won a World Series with the Yankees. So he was just a real chill dude. It was going to be his last year, so he was just giving back as much as he could. He was hurt at this time, so we really enjoyed hanging out with each other after games and things like that. And there was a big storm that came through and actually canceled our game for the night, so we were going to have a doubleheader the next day. And we all just got together and went to the apartment and started talking shop, man. Really started talking baseball, and just led us to the discussion of having an approach and how our mind works and how our mind can affect our game in a negative or positive way, depending on the thoughts that you're putting into it. And, I just kind of had an aha moment. It was like, man, this is crazy. We're talking about this, but I've never had an actual approach. Literally was just vibing out from 2012 to 18 and just going strictly off athleticism and, hoping that my setup in the box felt good enough to lead me to some confidence, and then hopefully that confidence will spill over into getting some pitches to hit and having success. And I live by this routinely throughout my career. But yeah, so we're just talking about an approach, and I'm like, tomorrow I'm gonna actually have one I'm gonna commit to. It's gonna be simple, and I'm just gonna keep my shoulder on the ball in the box as long as I possibly can, because I always used to have a tendency of trying to pull off, because I know guys used to love throwing heaters inside to me. So that would always cause me to leak a little bit, and I would never take control of the outer third of the plate and hit the ball to the off gap where I really excelled. That's something I really did good naturally. So my power is naturally to right center, but it was never available for me because I would just always be pulling off the ball, and I didn't know why, because I never had an approach that I committed to for a specific reason. Like, approach is pretty crazy. The only thing that I really emphasize when I'm speaking to other hitters, an approach is just something, it could be anything, but it's something that gets your body in a position. It's basically your mind tricking your body to get in a good position and be available to have success. It's gonna put you in a position to consistently, realize the success that you want to have, whether it's just getting more hard contact, more hits, things like that. It's just gonna make you more available for that, because the pitcher's job is to keep you off balance. Their job is to, always make you chase or keep you guessing. They don't want you to know what's coming. So an approach just gives you a more elongated timing window to achieve success, to get on base, advance bases, and score for your team, and score more runs than the other team, which leads to wins. Baseball is a team game, even though it really involves individual success. It's a team game. And getting on base and scoring runs helps your team. So like I said, it could be something as small as see ball, hit ball, which some guys have truly used that approach and had success consistently with it. They don't want to overthink it. Their mind's simple already. They love ball. They just want to see ball. They're going to adjust to it, and they're so extremely talented and athletic that this can work if they're committed to it. For other guys like me who has natural power to the off gap, I want to look maybe heater away, because I'm available for the hardest pitch going away from me, and everything else, if I get a hanging slider or things like that, I'll be able to recognize it without leaking. If I'm looking over the plate, I really keep that shoulder in line naturally, but that thought process is keeping me on the ball if I'm committed to it. And I'll emphasize commitment over and over. You have to commit to what you are trying to accomplish on the field, as far as getting your body prepared to face the current pitcher on the mound. You have to commit to the plan. Yeah, if I'm committed to that heater away or fastball away that I'm looking for, then naturally I'm going to keep that shoulder on the ball. I'm going to spit on pitches that aren't suitable for my power and what I'm setting up to do. So yeah, it can be anything, man. Hitting, there's so much gray area and there's so many different ways to have success. You have to, communicate with your teammates and things like that, and just discover more ways to do so. An approach matters, man, because it's gonna lead to more hard contact. You're gonna chase less bad pitches that you don't want to swing at. And again, I'm gonna say commit. You have to commit to these approaches, and once you're committed, the universe in a way rewards you. You're not going to swing at the pitches you don't want to swing at. You're going to be available for the ones you do want to swing at. You're going to hit the ball way more consistently hard, and when you do get beat a little bit, you're going to be on time enough to bloop a ball in. And I don't care how mad the pitchers get that you don't hit the ball hard. They're not happy when you hit the ball hard, and they're not going to be happy when you bloop in singles. But bloop singles are a product of good approaches and being on time enough to have success. You're not going to square the ball up every single time. That is just unrealistic, because there is a guy out there getting paid to get you out. You really have to do some deep diving and deep thinking, and kind of put the ego to the side and figure out what you need to commit to have success. You really get a small window with this game. There's no reason to not try anything, and there's no reason to not look inside and really figure out who you are as you progress and as you maturate. Our subconscious mind plays a huge factor off the field, on the field. You're not just going to change who you are when you walk through those doors, through the clubhouse doors, and just turn into this savage baseball player that you want to be. You have to really do the work. You have to do the inner work first, and then you can realize that on the physical plane, when we get out here playing in the game. To build an approach, you have to look inward, as I said before. Really take a deep dive, spend a little time with yourself, ask people around you that know you, that have been around you within the game for a long period of time, that know you better than anybody else. Usually, that's a coach that you had when you were younger, your dad or something like that. They know your swing and know you better than you even know yourself. So again, just kind of submitting to believing that, and hopefully the person in your corner is they're cheering for you, and it's constructive criticism. It's not out of a place of ego from them either. So you really have to curate your network and hang around the people who really want you to succeed genuinely. Then you create a simple go-to approach. Whenever you aren't on time or you're struggling, create something that you can always revert back to, no matter the pitcher. Because sometimes that your body just doesn't want to cooperate to what your mind wants to do, but you can still compete. You can still put yourself in a good position to be competitive and have a competitive at bat. But yeah, always create the approach based off of the strengths that you have. So keep it simple. If you hit the ball really hard to the off gap, create something that's going to get you in a position to do that over and over. If you really succeed, if you really excel at hitting the ball to the pull side, create an approach that's going to get you in a position to do that efficiently and consistently. You really have to take these approaches after you look inside and create something for you, tailored to you, that you have to commit to have success, and you put it in practice. You go into the cage and you really work on this approach every single pitch. Maybe you take less swings because you're so intentional about your process, why you're doing what you're doing, what approaches you're trying to try different things in there too. The coach can mix up timing, and you can look fastball off gap, you can look fastball in, you can sit on breaking balls in there, try everything and see what happens. But you have the ability to do this, and you have to be extremely intentional. Don't just take a swing just to take it. So guys, you just start simple with these approaches, and please be gentle on yourself. Give yourself some grace. Really be intentional about the process and why you're doing it. You should never go into a hitting session, with the anticipation of getting angry because you're not getting from point A to B the way you would like to do it. So collaborate on this. Find people you really enjoy being around within the game. Talk to your teammates during the game. Talk to the ones that are really hot, or that hit the best, or that seem to have less going on in their head at all times. The guys who are really chill and even keel. Pick their brains. You can get better from surrounding yourself with these people. And it really changed my career when I realized that, and I noticed, hey, I'm pulling off and rolling over on the ball consistently. Let me sit down and really figure out why. Okay, I know why I identified it. Let's identify a plan or approach that's going to get me back on track. Or let me ask a teammate that's on deck for every single one of my at-bats and see what he sees. Hang around people that challenge you and really ask you about how you're thinking and why you're thinking it and what you're thinking, because thoughts turn into actions, and actions lead to your success. So please, like I said, be gentle. It's a very difficult game. Sometimes I used to ask myself why I even chose to play this game, but it's because I love it. And hopefully you're playing it because you love it and enjoy it. But I just wanted to really share this video with you, and I really want you to take time and think about how you can make your approach better, or how your approach can make your game better. And if you have the time, please check out the link in my bio for my Substack. Like, subscribe, send to anybody you know. Please drop a comment down and let's just keep this conversation going. But I want to just do my absolute best to shed what I've learned through my experience, through my career, and just really get it out there and open up a conversation. So this week, just find something that you can clearly identify and commit to, and be extremely intentional about it. See how many swings you can be of this intention, and see where that leads you, and let's keep stacking those weeks and just see where your game goes from there. But much love to you guys, and I can't wait to speak to you the next time on another topic, and I'll see you really soon. So please like, subscribe, send this to anybody you know that this could help, and let's just continue to grow together and help each other do the best we can possibly do and conquer this game. All right, much love, guys.